Was there a fly? Has anybody made that joke?
Yeah, you did.
Fuck.
You did the last time you were on.
I did? Oh, man, probably. Sounds like something
I think
do.
so. You were one of my first guests when I moved here.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice, dude. Thanks for...
Ow.
Oh, careful. You want to start over?
Yeah. Roll it back, please. Please restart everything. There. It's the real deal.
Hell yeah.
I did. Yeah, I want to. I can't. I don't make any money doing this podcast, so I don't see the need to spend. It's not cheap to have a studio. To rent a studio.
No.
It looks good, but
Not that much better, though.
I mean, yeah. It looks more like you're in a studio,
Yeah.
and here it looks like we're in my apartment.
Yeah. I think the benefit of it is like, oh, look, I'm in the same building that, like, Duncan Trussell
Sure,
was, you know,
sure.
so-
No, he's just in the basement of Black Rabbit.
Yeah. Well,
So that's where you are.
That's where I am, yeah.
But we're there all the time, so I don't even consider that a studio as much.
Oh, okay.
You know how you like get used to places over time, and like nothing is ever the same.
That's true. What do you mean by studio?
Oh, I don't- like an office park. You go to an office park.
Oh, you go to an office party.
Yeah, you have to go to an office park, and it's very vague. You don't know what
It's a
what's
brutalist
in the
style
units.
architecture.
Yeah, it usually says like building. It says like BLDG-A,
Yeah.
and then it was like Unit 125.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing on the outside. You go in, it's like, oh, this is a podcast studio.
Yeah, you walk in, the whole building is empty somehow, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
Is
the whole.
anybody here?
But it's because I think office park. You're not allowed to live in them. Did you know that?
I assumed, but
I think in some places you're not allowed. I don't know. I think you could get away with it for a while.
like just pretending that you're working there. But
Yeah, just pretend you're working all the time. So you
Yeah.
probably have to go to bed with like a laptop next to you.
yeah, walk around with a briefcase and
Yeah. The cops come in. It's like
2 a.m.
he's naked, but oh fuck, he's got a briefcase.
Yeah, he's got a briefcase. This guy's just working.
He's
you know,
just working. He's working hard.
Yeah,
He's
open up
so
the laptop, start clicking away.
yeah. He's so concerned about work, and he just has a piece of paper.
We need more people like this guy right here. He's working hard.
Yeah, he's so focused on work he doesn't even get dressed.
Yeah. I bet he called in complaining about the guy living here. Where's he?
Yeah, we gotta find. Honestly, that guy who called in is an asshole. We gotta get the landlord. That's how you become the landlord. Is you trick the police you trick them that you're a true entrepreneur, and they kill the landlord in front of you.
Yeah.
I think that's Andrew Tate's America.
That's Andrew Tate's America?
Yeah.
God, no wonder he's free. They finally...
Is he free? I don't know. I don't.
Well, I think he got extradited back here, I think, last I heard.
Okay, what was he extradited? Where was he? He's in Romania or something.
Romania, I think.
And was he in trouble here?
I think his charges were from here, but he
Okay.
was hiding in Romania or
But
in
they're
prison.
gone?
I'm not sure.
Trump forgave him or something?
I don't think it was Trump, although it does sound like a Trump move. You never know.
It sounds like, yeah. There's coffee in my mustache.
Hell yeah.
I'm about to shave.
Oh, I thought you were going to say shit.
No, I don't need to do that right now.
You're going to completely shave the beard all the way off?
I'll keep the mustache.
Okay. You have a nice beard. It's very full.
It is very full, but now it's starting to look a little scraggly. And I'm going to a bachelor party in Florida on Thursday, and everyone wants to have mustaches.
Okay. All right.
So, trouble's coming when the mustache gang comes
The
in.
mustache gang? Yeah, I know. You're going to have a good... Are you going to have the best mustache?
Yeah, probably.
Nice. Well, that means you get the bride, I think, right? Like, if you have the best...
Well, it's my brother's bride, and I don't know if I want her as my bride. Because, that
Even
probably
better.
is an awkward way to live where one family is just tossing around the same girl.
Yeah,
It happens.
sure. That's like rich people stuff.
Yeah. Or very white trash
Or
stuff.
super poor. Yeah.
Or you're super poor, Southeast Ohio. I'm sure there's some of that. But it's weird when, like, a girl dates, like, just different members of the family.
That happens.
It does happen, but I don't think it happens as much as it used to. I think it's a lost art.
It is a lost art. Yeah. Well, it didn't, it didn't pay that well, I don't think.
No, it doesn't pay at all, really. I think you lose money doing it.
Yeah. You got to be a true artist. You really got to love the game.
Relationships are expensive.
They are, yeah.
Guys, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Taylor Neely Show. Back in studio once again for returning to redeem himself
For
just being himself.
God,
He's-
what a
what a demon of a guy.
yeah. What a dud that last pod was. I did. Yeah.
What a dud, milk dud.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. It was very fun.
It's a good one.
I'm glad I'm back here. It was very fun.
Is that microphone up good enough? Does it stay?
Yeah, it stays.
Okay.
I have to hold on to something.
Do you?
It's like-
You got to hold on to it. I see.
yeah.
'Cause-
Otherwise, I start like picking at my fingers. I have like OCD or something.
Do you?
Yeah, yeah. Look at my
Actually?
fingers, dude. They're not so bad right now, but I tear them up.
Oh, they're down. They're nibbled to the bone.
Yeah, I really pick at them.
For those just listening, it's nibbled to the bone.
To the bone. I have bones.
I have bones too.
Yeah, I crush at Halloween, dude. I have my little bone finger.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I don't. I mean, you're not the only one with bones though.
I have witch hands.
Yeah, witches do have really down to the bones. It's just skin over bone.
They
There's
have
no
scary
muscle.
hands.
Because I mean, there's muscle on my fingers, right?
Yeah, well, stop bragging.
Okay,
Jeez.
I have the biggest, most jacked fingers ever.
Thumb have six packs.
But no, I have been at the gym trying to make my forearms gigantic.
You trying to get big forearms?
Yeah.
What do you do for forearms?
There's this. You do a barbell. You curl it up this way.
You do reverse curls?
And you go behind your back. And
Behind
you
your
do,
back
it's just with
curls?
the wrist movement.
Yeah.
But then it's all in here. And I don't know why, but I want my forearms to be big and muscular.
You look like a guy who would have big forearms.
I just think it looks good to have. It's weird when a guy has big muscular biceps and triceps, but the forearms are skinny.
See, I've been thinking about doing that, where I'm gonna make like
You want to look like an Egyptian guy?
I want the
That-
center of my body to be huge and ripped,
Yeah.
and my extremities to be very
Okay.
silly looking and
There's
twiggy.
probably a way to do this.
Absolutely.
I don't know how.
Just work out the parts of your body that you know.
Yeah, but if you're doing push-ups, if you're doing any kind of push exercise, like you get a big chest, you're gonna also work out your triceps a little bit.
That's true, but I don't think enough to really like.
Okay.
You know,
You could inject synthol into your body.
I've heard of that. I've been thinking about it.
It looks awful.
It does.
It
Look
doesn't
awful.
look convincing whatsoever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It looks like you just fill with water.
I just think they're doing it wrong. I think I could do it right.
Yeah, that's what I like about you is you believe in yourself
I believe that I can conquer synthol.
to overcome what no one's ever come before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
What's the biggest thing you've overcome in your life?
yeah.
Have you ever been in any like treacherous situations?
The biggest thing I overcame, probably like just like insecurity. I think.
Okay.
General insecurity.
Yeah, but everyone has that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
More specific.
but ours is way more than others.
yeah.
So the amount of insecurity we've both had to overcome it's significant.
a lot of like romantic insecurity for sure.
Yeah.
Big time.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone through hell with that, you know. So I'm finally like I'm 37. I'm finally at like a even mental
Yep.
place.
How long have you been with your Asian girlfriend?
In Asian years or regular people years?
I don't know.
In Asian years, like 3 dynasties.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But in regular people
That's
years,
good.
like 2.5 years, I think.
Yeah, they're really Dynasty is such an interesting name for like an empire.
Duck dynasty.
Yeah.
The Duck Empire.
But they're not even Asian. Yeah, they're the Duck Call Empire.
No, they're not. I mean, they do the eyes, but it's very hurtful. And
They do what? Oh yeah. Well, they
sure
do.
they
They
do.
do it in a racist way.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I do when I do the eyes. It's in a respectful way.
Respectful. Yeah,
It's to
yeah.
honor my family.
yeah. Which when a ritualistic suicide is about to happen. You
Yes.
know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it's not racist if you just do one.
Yeah. One eye is okay. They know you're just kind of trying it out.
I have an itch. You know, I'm just scratching.
It's okay to try out like other races' faces.
Yeah.
If you're trying, you just got to make it clear you're trying it out. You're not going to do any stereotypes while you do it. You're not going to perpetuate stuff like that. You strictly just want to see what it feels like to
Yes.
be Hmong.
yeah, yeah. Also, I get offended when I do the eyes and people are like, "Really, like a Chinese guy?" That's
Yeah.
and I'm like, "It's Japanese. You fucking what the
They
hell
don't
is
know
the
what
matter
you're
with you?
doing. Well,
What the
they
hell's the matter with you?"
those are ignorant people who are too concerned about their computer jobs and
Yeah,
they don't they go to their computer job 9 to 5 and when they get off work they don't want to think about anything else but watching King of the Hill and drinking 3 beers.
yeah. They want to be Hank Hill.
They want to be Hank Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I think King of the Hill is coming back or it's not.
I hope so. I like Mike Judge. I like his stuff.
I didn't watch King of the Hill much. I watched growing up. I loved The Simpsons.
Of course.
I would watch that.
Yep.
And King of the Hill was always on around that time, but King of the Hill was not my jam. It seemed boring to me.
I mean, if you're into Simpsons, King of the Hill is not gonna. It's like a different world. Completely.
What is the humor? Is it dry?
It's very dry
Okay.
and like kind of subtle. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good, but you do have to be into it. He did do a fun show called Tales from the Tour Bus. It was on like I don't know, some HBO spinoff or something, but it was like half animated, half like real interviews.
Yeah.
And it's like he'll do like a bunch of episodes on a particular scene. Like one was like the country western musicians.
Yeah.
So
I've
it was
heard of
all stories of like, you know, crazy stories of like George Jones and stuff, and then like half animated like while they're telling the stories.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Those cowboy old like outlaw country guys seem like they live crazy lives.
They had to be crazy, yeah. And it was a time in music. It's funny because clearly mental disability was just like, oh, these guys are so quirky and cool, you know. It's like no, he was like out of his mind completely.
Yeah, I mean they were all alcoholics and doing drugs.
Yeah.
But that's when cocaine was good, so it was probably good for you a little bit. And they all had guns, and they were like getting gunfights. And I don't think they were really that rich until they were. I don't know when there were. I wonder when like Waylon Jennings, like when he became rich. How long was he not rich? Do you think I wonder if he was well known before he was rich or he got rich?
I think it's the time that you get a big bus. That's when you've made it and you're rich. It's big bus time. Yeah.
So we know Bert Kreischer's made it because he has a bus.
Yeah. He doesn't even need shirts anymore.
No, you get so rich you don't need clothes.
You just know, you get this thing off me. You know?
Yeah. I need my skin to hit the air.
Yeah. I need
my rich skin.
I need to be connected to my audience, and this shirt is in the way.
Yeah. I need to be porous to the energy they're giving me. I need it. The shirt, cotton is a known moisture wicking material. Water just falls off it.
Yeah.
So he needs the shirt to not be on his body. So when the audiences laughs, they because you know your skin is porous.
Yes, you absorb.
I have poison ivy right now.
You do? Was that you said that last night? Was that?
I have poison ivy.
It's hard to tell what's a bit when. Because you say things often just like randomly. I'm like, it's funny. He has poison ivy. No,
I do have poison ivy. It's the worst I've ever had it. And
where is it?
It's on my arms. It's on my arms.
Are your arms like scaly and weird?
It's a little bit better than it's been, but there's a dot. There's one right there.
Did you go camping or something recently?
I did yard work. Someone hired me to do yard work.
Someone hired you to get poison ivy?
Someone hired me. They paid me to rub poison ivy all over me.
Yeah.
And they have me on prednisone, which is a steroid. So
that's cool. Well, get those forearm workouts in,
at least I'm
dude.
getting strong while defeating poison ivy. And I've been putting various lotions on my body.
That's fun.
Anti-itch creams and a corticosteroid, which prednisone is a corticosteroid or something. And so is triamcinolone or something.
Damn.
And I've been putting that on, and when I put it on, you rub it in, and it gets rubbed in and goes away because your body absorbs it.
Yeah.
Right? It goes through your skin.
Correct.
Where does it go after that?
Oh, good question. Does it hang out just underneath your skin? Does it travel elsewhere?
It must go into your blood.
Probably goes into your blood. Seeps through your muscle.
Yeah.
Into your blood.
Maybe it just goes to the other side.
Because I know it probably, I don't know. It might just get absorbed into your muscle. I don't know if it gets into your blood. I really don't know. Because I know this might not have anything to do with it, but like heroin addicts, they'll if they can't find a vein, they'll muscle it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's not as potent,
right.
You know, but it will do the trick.
Interesting.
I've heard.
Last time I went to the psych ward, which was in the beginning of January.
Nice. Good.
What was it? Why did they gave me a shot of something in my arm. And it really made me sleepy for like 12 hours. I just slept, and they shot it in my arm, and they did intramuscular, but my shoulder hurt for a while.
Yeah.
It was like I don't know what they did, and then when I go like this across, there's like a line now.
Really? Like a scar or?
No, it looks like there's a muscle crease.
Oh.
It seems like they killed the nerve muscle.
Jesus Christ.
Specific strand of muscle.
Okay, I don't like that. So your recommendation is don't go to the psych ward?
No, I think everyone should go.
Really? I've never been.
It's a good break from your phone.
Yeah.
They don't let you be on your phone.
That's good.
They do let you use their landline to make calls and stuff.
That's fun.
But you wake up around between 8 and 9. You can sleep all day if you want.
You can just do whatever you want?
No, you can't do whatever you want.
Sure.
You can't do drugs. That's why I was in there. Most importantly, you can't do drugs. You can't have sex with anyone in there, probably. I'm sure it happens.
Yeah, it always does with places like that.
The best kind of love is a new, sober rehab love.
Why?
I don't know.
It's got to be it's bonding for sure.
Because you're grasping onto anything.
Yeah, you're like, will you be my new heroine? Will you?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's why they say don't get into in AA at least, don't get in a relationship in the first year of being sober.
And if you are in a relationship when you're high, it's like you can't be in that relationship ever again, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people get sober and then they get divorced because they're like, I never really loved this person.
Oh, you're so ugly.
I was just drunk.
I was so high. You look so adorable.
He looked so good when I was on acid.
Wait a minute. You're not a man.
You're a cardboard cutout of fuck.
John Cena.
No. I was thinking of who was in SpongeBob the movie and he swam. Dave. He was big in Germany.
Oh, David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, I was trying to recall David Hasselhoff's name, and I was very confident at the beginning of what I was saying.
You saw him.
Yeah, I saw exactly who it was.
Well, you were just caught up in his beauty and his Hasselhoffness, And
yeah, he's like he's like handsome in a thick way.
In a thick way, like an old school handsome.
Some people just look like they got thicker bodies.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
They
that's
look
genetics.
More dense.
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff looks dense.
He does look. I'm surprised he was able to swim.
I'm surprised they let him swim.
Yeah, being so dense.
Being so dense, he might sink. He might bring the ocean down with him.
Yeah, he might. Yeah.
He might cause like an ocean wormhole.
Yeah, he tries to save people. He just sinks them.
I know.
And he has gills, so he can just be underwater all he wants.
Yeah, he does have gills.
Yeah.
And that's good. He needs them because he sinks to the bottom of the ocean straight to the floor.
Yeah.
I just wish he would use his powers for good.
I think he tries, but
yeah,
he
just gives into the temptation.
He's just a natural heel, I guess.
Yeah, David Hasselhoff really should do WWE.
Yeah, he's got to have made a cameo by now.
Of course. Do you care about WWE at all?
No,
wrestling?
I used to when I was a kid. My dad watched it a lot.
Yeah.
He'd fall asleep to it, He just liked the colors and the sounds, I think, really.
Oh, so he was like a baby?
Kind of, yeah. He's an Italian immigrant, so it's basically like a baby for sure.
You're an Italian immigrant?
Yeah.
Are you first gen?
Yes.
Wow. Does your dad is he alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
Does he speak Italian?
To the chagrin of his back.
Why?
He's just always in pain. He's one of those guys.
What happened? Was he a contractor?
No. Well, he worked at the San Diego Zoo, the Wild Animal Park. For a long time.
They had an Italian guy exhibit.
They had an Italian guy exhibit, and they would kind of like, hey, look at the Italian guy.
Yeah.
People would throw oranges at him and stuff.
They would make him do tricks.
Yeah, he would do tricks. He would cook a pizza.
He would cook a pizza?
He'd throw some pizza dough in the air. People take pictures.
Yeah.
So it was hard work on his body.
But you would go there like, this is kind of sad, actually.
Yeah. And he was the only one. There was no other one.
There was no other Italian guys.
Italian, yeah. Well, he wasn't nice to. They would try and bring other Italians in, and they wouldn't take.
No.
Yeah. He was very territorial.
And at that point, you can't send him back we can't send him back to Italy.
Exactly.
He'll get killed.
Yeah, exactly. He can't go back to Italy. Yeah, yeah.
They die in the wild.
Yeah. No, he got captured in Italy, brought here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had quite a life.
Well, he was injured, right? They found him. He had a broken leg.
Mm-hmm. He had a broken mustache or something.
And a broken spirit.
Yeah, he was just all broken. And they healed him up. Some Jane Goodall type lady.
Yeah.
She could monitor Italians from afar.
Yep. Yeah.
And she brought him over, and he made a good living in that exhibit at the zoo, and had a family. I'm his offspring. Yeah. And what was the original?
Why is he hurt?
Why is he hurt? Oh, he used his body a lot for work.
Yeah. What did he do?
He worked at the he was in the elephant. He trained elephants.
Did he really?
Swear to God, yeah.
This is true?
Yeah, I used to hang out with elephants when I was a kid. I swear to God, we'd go behind the scenes and.
Well, you trained them to do math and stuff?
Yeah, algebra, quantum.
Okay, quantum mechanics.
Yeah.
Quantum physics.
Yeah. And,
have you seen Interstellar?
No.
He was doing that, but for elephants.
He was, yeah.
Trying to send them to space.
Basically, first elephant in space. Yeah. It's credited to my dad. Yeah.
Really big rocket ship. Actually, elephants are too big. They have to strap rockets to the elephant.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah,
he put a big helmet on him.
Yeah. If he was alive now, or if he what the hell?
Your dad?
If he was alive, if he was in good shape now while SpaceX was around,
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be involved for sure.
Was he in good shape?
He was in pretty good shape. Yeah.
Could he pick you up and throw you in the air and catch you as a baby?
He did. Well, yeah. I remember being thrown in the air.
Wow.
Yeah.
You almost never came back.
Well, no, I would get thrown in the air. I'd go into a hoop. You know what I mean? And then some guy would pass me back to.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then he also in his other arm he had one of those old timey dumbbell things with big balls on the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So he's wearing a stringer outfit.
Yep, leotard for sure. Italian leotard.
Yeah, he's on the boardwalk.
At the boardwalk, loved a boardwalk, dude.
Wow, good multifaceted man. What's his name?
His name is Antonio.
Of course it is. Antonio Grillo.
Yeah.
Wait, I forget. Is your first name really Joe or is it Giovanni?
It really is Giovanni.
Okay. Why do you keep go? How come sometimes people bring up as Giovanni?
I fucked it. Well, okay, so
You're trying to recreate yourself.
I'm trying. I should have gone by Giovanni.
Yeah.
From day one, but
Yeah.
I didn't like that my name was different in school. I hated like any kind of attention,
Interesting.
so I went by. I made people call me Joe.
It's funny. I hated attention as a kid, but my dream is to have the most.
It's so weird. It's like my way of like controlling it or something.
Yeah, well, I didn't know. As a kid, I didn't. I would go to, in middle school, there would be the middle school musical, and I would think it's so stupid. I think it's dumb as hell. But then in high school, my friend was in theater, and he made it sound fun, so I did it. I was like, oh, this is fun.
It is fun.
Performing is fun.
Performing is very, very fun. And,
But musical theater is gay.
well, for sure.
And it
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah.
And I because I went to college for acting. I got a BFA in that, and
Really?
I went through. I like tried to convince myself musicals could be good, but there's one musical that's good. Urinetown is good.
You're in town?
It's called Urinetown.
That sounds fun.
Urine, and the town is like run on toilets or something.
Okay, that sounds pretty
It's a good. It's
wacky.
funny. It's a very funny musical.
It's a good time.
But for the most part, I don't want to watch musicals. I don't care. You know who the worst kind of person is?
Yeah.
Musical theater person that breaks out into song in public.
Oh, fuck.
He get hit by a bus.
That's crazy.
Doesn't that suck?
That sucks a lot.
That's insane behavior.
Can I tell you something? Musicals, like, it scares the hell out of me. It's too much singing. It makes me feel like I'm in a nightmare. I'm like, why is nobody speaking? Everyone is sing-talking.
Well, that's the world of the musical. Is
I don't like it.
the reason? You know why they sing in a musical?
Why?
Because they're so overcome with emotion, they have to sing.
I hate that so much.
That's the rules of the musical.
I don't like
That's the
that.
rules. I don't make the rules up.
See, I don't like emotions that much. I don't think.
Yeah, you are kind of stoic.
Logical. I like logic.
You are kind of very Japanese in your stoicism.
Thank you.
Joe Grillo in The Art of Archery.
Yeah.
Zen in the Art of Joe Grillo.
Zen in the art of, yeah, that's right. That's,
Zen in the Art of Giovanni Grillo.
yeah. And my dad was very Zen too.
Is he?
Yeah.
That's
You have to be if you're training elephants, bro.
Was he really training elephants
Swear to God. Yeah.
to dance?
You know, just do tricks and stuff. Yeah.
Like what?
Like
They can't roll over; they'll cause an earthquake.
well, there was this one trick that they used to do at the because it was like an elephant show
That's so crazy.
at the Wild Animal Park. You know, where there'd be a guy with a microphone talking, explaining stuff about elephants, and my dad would be doing stuff with the elephant.
And they wouldn't let your dad talk because he would turn everyone on.
They would be like, "What is this guy mumbling? I don't understand." it."
Women love an Italian.
He's asking for directions to the Statue of Liberty for some reason. He seems lost.
Does he have a thick Italian accent?
Pretty thick, yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, what I like about him is he learned just enough English to get by, and he's like, "I'm not learning anymore. Your language is so stupid. Like, it
That's
sucks."
great.
Yeah.
That it seems very Italian.
But to his detriment, because he would have gotten a lot further. He's a very talented person. He's like a Renaissance guy. He can kind of do. He's a very good animal trainer. He's trained a lot of animals, and he could have gotten a lot further if he blended with the culture more. But he just never did. He didn't give a shit.
He just did enough to get by.
Yeah. Also, he had a family. He worked hard. He just didn't have time to.
Do you have siblings? I forget.
Half brother.
Half brother.
My mom had a
Half brother, half sister.
Yeah, my mom had one husband before my dad. What a whore! And but she had a kid with him, and my brother's way older than me.
Yeah.
He's like I don't know, 50 something. He's got a family.
Oh my word. 50. That's like he
Maybe 40, maybe high 40s.
If he's 50 something, he could have a child that's my age.
Yeah, actually, he has 3 kids, and they're older. For
Than
sure.
you?
No, not older than me.
okay.
But that'd be wacky.
Yeah, that would be wacky. 37 to that math doesn't work.
That'd be fun. We could be a reality TV for sure.
I feel like it'd be fun. I feel like you would befriend an elephant.
You could easily. They like being friends with humans.
Do they?
Yeah.
Because they're pretty smart, right?
There was one elephant, Nita. She was like the matriarch of the whole thing, and she would get excited when she saw my dad. What they start shaking back and forth like this.
Yeah, like a dog.
And then they come walking up the thing, and they put their trunk through, and they like when you rub their trunk.
Yeah.
They bring stuff for you. They'll pick
Yeah.
up a bunch of hay and give you a bunch of hay, and you're like,
Yeah.
well, you don't know me at all, clearly. But that's
It's
okay.
so funny how dumb animals are with gifts.
Yeah, I know.
You think, hey, cat, you think I want a dead bird?
Why do they bring dead animals?
They think they're trying to feed you.
I guess. You know what's scary about cats is like, you see how like a lion behaves?
Yeah.
It's just a fucking cat.
Yeah.
They don't behave any differently. So a cat is just a tiny lion, dude.
Yeah, they'd kill you if
They would kill you.
They would kill if you were big.
I don't, see, a dog is at least like a dumb wolf. It's not a wolf anymore,
Yeah.
you know. But a cat is like just a straight up murderer.
I don't know. I see a French bulldog. Man, I think he could cut it in the wild.
Yeah, if any dog could survive in the wild, it's definitely a French bulldog.
French bulldogs are hilarious.
They are so
Very cute.
wacky.
They're clearly bred to just be pets, though.
They're bred for just our amusement.
I think they have a purpose.
What's the purpose?
I don't know. I think
To stain carpets and stuff?
I don't know, to look like a loaf of bread.
To make people feel bad? To look like a loaf of bread, yeah.
I love a dog that looks like a loaf of bread.
Mm-hmm. Like someone wished a loaf of bread was a real thing.
Yeah.
And it just came to life.
I mean, my grandma's dog, it died on the 4th of July last year.
Suicide?
Yeah, hung itself.
Damn.
It died. My cousin was walking it and it just keeled over. It was too hot outside.
Oh.
And there was a dog that was so morbidly obese, but it just like.
Oh man, was it a bulldog?
No, it was like a weird little. It was cute. Roxy was her name. She was a little dog.
Damn.
But she had the proportions of a loaf of bread.
Shit, she was a bread dog and she just passed out in the heat, couldn't take it.
Yeah. My
Is that Roxy? What is
yeah, it goes to Roxy. She's here. My AC is loud.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna turn that down.
Okay. Damn, poor.
I don't know if you can even hear. I don't even know if it picks up.
R.I.P. Sam, so what'd your brother do?
My brother?
Yeah, was it your brother that was walking it?
My brother. Oh no, my cousin.
Your cousin, sorry.
Yeah.
Did it pick it up and
Well, he was trying to make her do sprints.
trying to get her to lose weight?
Yeah.
She was like, I'd rather fucking die, dude.
She was doing calisthenics.
Yeah.
She's like, come on. She just fell over.
Yeah, you're never gonna be able to do a muscle up unless you try.
Yeah, I'm trying to train this dog to do muscle ups. I need this to be the most specific trained dog ever.
That must have been so crazy. Just walking, you're on your phone, and then just the leash is pulling. You're like, what the?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Shoot. No, he was real tore up about it.
That sucks.
Because it was kind of like my grandma's only thing.
Dude, animals dying is so sad. I don't want a pet anymore. I can't take it.
Yeah, I had a family dog die right after Christmas.
Well, that's nice that he waited till.
Yeah, he held out for Christmas.
Yeah.
It was crazy. I went home and we don't know if he's going to make it. And he was like, he was bleeding on the inside. He had a mass on his spleen or something, his appendix.
Yeah. They get masses a lot.
And then like it just burst inside and he was just internally bleeding. And he held out for Christmas.
Brutal, dude.
Yep.
And then it's like when an animal gets sick like that, it's like, all right, well, I could go into huge debt to save him for a little while.
Yeah.
Or
it's not worth it.
It sucks. So then you have to make that decision. You're like, well, I can't save you. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do you know who Kirk Herbstreit is?
No.
His dog had a similar thing, and he spent like he's a ESPN football announcer.
Okay.
And his dog had a similar thing, and he saved it because he has millions and millions of dollars.
Sure.
But it's like you're gonna spend $6,000 to maybe save the dog.
Yeah.
And the dog might still die.
Yeah.
And usually it does.
You have to be like tough with animals, dude. You just have to accept that, like,
Yeah, you gotta hit them.
you got to hit them. You know, you have to accept that you're eventually going to have to drown it when it's about to die. You know.
That's the only way. That's the most humane way to put down a dog. Not humane, but the most humane way.
Yeah, sneak up behind it with a rope and just.
Or sneak up behind it.
Yeah, snap its neck.
Like you're doing a heist.
Yeah.
Snap its neck. But turn its head all the way around so the last thing it sees is your eyes.
Yeah. So it knows that.
Yeah, it knows you took that from it.
Yeah. I brought you in. I take you out.
Yeah.
Blood in, blood out for you, dog.
Yeah. I birthed you into this world.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about buying a dog. They make you give it birth.
I know. Yeah.
You have to pull it out of the mom.
It's pretty rough, man.
And they have to kill the mom.
My dad trained this is pretty cool. He trained this thing called a Przewalski horse. It's like a hoof stock thing.
Yeah.
Some sort of weird hoof stock horse.
I don't know what hoof stock is.
Hoof stock is just like any kind of deer, antelope, just basic ass mutt with a hoof, basically.
Okay.
So this thing called a Przewalski horse, and they're notoriously untrainable.
Yeah.
And he trained it to come over to him on command and eat something out of his hand.
Yeah.
And it was so impressive that they flew him to Colorado to give like a presentation on how he did it.
Yeah.
And I wish I could have been there because nothing ever transpired because of this.
Yeah.
And I bet just my dad's lack of English and giving a shit and his like kind of shyness, that meeting must have been so funny.
Yeah.
Just to see him kind of stumble his way through explaining like him, I don't know, you just.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he wanted to do that presentation.
No, not at all. He hates stuff like that.
My dad doesn't like that stuff either.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
We didn't like giving presentations.
Yeah, it's
Most people hate giving presentations.
presentations sound awful.
I don't even like giving a presentation.
No, I don't. Stand up is close to a presentation. I almost
It
don't
is.
like
I like doing Good Evening News here.
That's fun.
That's a fun show.
One of the best shows in Austin.
It's a good time. And that's kind of a presentation, but that's fun.
Yeah.
You make a PowerPoint.
Yeah. There's
then you present
wacky
on
guests, you know?
Yep.
It's a good time.
It's one of my favorite shows to do. I do it a lot.
Yeah.
Why am I yawning? I took Benadryl last night
Oh, damn.
to help with the poison ivy.
Sometimes coffee makes me yawn when I drink too much of it and shit.
Why?
I don't know.
I think I suffer from the same thing sometimes.
I'm an addict. I love coffee a lot.
Coffee's my favorite beverage by far.
Dude, have you ever tried injecting coffee? I was thinking about giving
Like
that
in
a
your
go.
butt? I've seen people do it in their butt, like a
Yeah,
coffee
coffee
colonic,
enema or something?
Coffee enema.
Yeah. I haven't tried, but I'm scared to put things up my butt.
Yeah, I've thought about when I like got my hand on like oxycodone or something like
Boofing it?
but
Yeah.
it's just like I'll just take it
Yeah.
because I guess you have another mouth in your butt.
There's another mouth. There's a tongue in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
And it just swallows stuff. So then it just goes up, but then it just goes back out.
Then it goes back out. Yeah. Which is weird. It doesn't come up the other way.
Like your
shouldn't
ass
it?
is throwing up.
Yeah.
So if you ingest something with your ass and then it comes back out your ass, it's like your ass is throwing up.
Your ass has an eating disorder.
Yeah, your ass is bulimic.
Bulimic. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a.
What else is in the news?
There's been a lot in the news. I kind of stopped paying attention to politics after the election.
There's a lot going on.
There is a lot going on.
It is very
going
fun,
crazy.
though.
Well, I kind of pay attention, but I don't pay attention as much.
It's funny in like a sad way. You know?
Things are. I mean, either way the election went, people would have been unhappy.
Yeah.
I think if it was more of Joe Biden, we would have kept going towards autocracy, whatever, censorship, whatever. But now Trump, it's doing a lot of cuts.
I think comedy's too involved in politics now. In like the literal government. I think it's too involved. I think it should get away from it.
Well, like they had Zelensky on, it was Zelensky and JD Vance and Trump all talking to him. And that, I don't think that should have been televised.
You know,
I think that should have just been a meeting between them.
Yeah. Everything's a spectacle now.
It is a spectacle.
And that way they want every average idiot to weigh in on everything. And it sucks.
So we don't need people. We don't need everybody to weigh in.
No.
We really don't need me to weigh in because I think I have opinions about stuff. But then when I try to explain my opinions specifically about politics, I can't recall the information I heard from somewhere else.
Right. You go headline, you know?
Yeah. Well, I listen to podcasts mostly.
I do like focusing on the funny things that happen.
Okay.
Like at the inauguration, Zuckerberg staring at Jeff Bezos.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
fun.
That is
you
fun.
know? So I'll just focus on that stuff.
that is
Unless like
funny.
on the real world stuff that's happening, you know? So yeah, if Jeff Bezos' wife could be at every meeting or something, that'd be great.
I do like that he's decided to get jacked.
Is he getting jacked?
Jeff Bezos?
Yeah.
He's jacked as hell.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't know it by his head and his face. I never see his
Well, that's
body.
like a jack guy's head.
Really?
Yeah.
He just seems so meek.
He is, well, I wonder, I think if all the billionaires were going to fight, I think Jeff Bezos would probably maybe win. I don't know. Well, Zuckerberg does jujitsu.
Yeah, but he does it in a way where he wants like approval from other cool guys.
From Joe Rogan.
Yeah, from Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
But his neck looks so thick now.
Does he have a thick neck?
That's what Joe Rogan said.
Well, then that's gospel.
Yeah. It is interesting to like, because billionaires used to have so much, they used to be more aloof and like you used to not hear from them. But
Right, secretive.
we hear from everybody all the time now.
And now we know billionaires suck. Remember when they had some sort of mystique about them?
Yeah, they just are people that have a lot of money. I do wonder if I'll get the experience of being rich.
I don't think I will. I think intrinsically I'm supposed to be poor and average at best.
Yeah.
You know? It just feels that way to me, you know?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, and I feel like I'm supposed to be rich at some point.
See, if you feel that, then it'll
I just feel like the universe at some point will allow me the experience to be a rich guy.
Yeah,
I might have to work for it. It might take a long time.
sure.
Like I'm not going to be like one of these people that becomes monumentally famous overnight and then I'm rich out of nowhere. I think it's just something, unfortunately, where I have to. I don't think the universe is going to gift me with the experience of winning the lottery.
Right, just an overnight success kind of rich. Yeah,
I don't think.
yeah.
I mean, I would like that.
That's the chances are low, you know.
Fingers crossed.
And we don't think it's low because where we live, like we see it kind of happen to like more than a few people, but that's rare for sure.
Yeah, I mean, how many comedians are there in Austin? 50,000?
I can't count that high.
Yeah, it's 50, 100 grand, 100,000.
It's some number that they haven't even figured out yet.
And then out of that, there's like, I don't know, 20 to 50 famous ones.
Yeah.
I wonder how many famous comics there are in Austin.
Kind of a lot now.
Yeah, it seems like it.
It's like a famous person's town now almost.
Well, yeah, it's the Gold Rush.
It is the Gold Rush. Dude, we're in the Yukon right now.
Yeah, it's the Gold Rush, but specifically for stand-up comedy.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I mean, the bubble has to burst at some point.
I know. What's this bubble burst?
And then what happens?
It's gonna be
the mothership doesn't go away.
No, but
unless someone blows it up.
It's just less access, I think. It's going to be more sealed off.
Yeah, it felt like right when it came here, there was the most access.
It was fun. I remember when I first moved here, I was getting a lot of access to that place, and now
really, like what way?
Oh, I was doing like bottom of the barrels a lot, and stuff, and like a couple people I knew from San Diego had like their own shows. Yeah, so I was getting on those. And doing the mic regular. It was cool. I was like, oh, this is awesome. But then like just
now it's
flood of like famous people and stuff. They're like, we can't. Sorry. Yeah, you know, it's like, all right, well, I get it.
At least we have Black Rabbit.
But I'll tell you what, the scene outside of that is pretty fun. I like it. You know, there's a lot of funny people.
I have a good time. There's lots of stage time. There's lots of mics if you want to do that.
I don't know. Maybe I should just do musicals, dude. I think I should get back into that.
Musical comedy?
No, just the musical scene, you know?
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, you could go to Esther's Follies and that's about it.
Yeah. I've never been in there. I only hear what's happening.
I only see from the outside. Yeah. They sell out all the time.
Seems wacky. Seems annoying, though.
I think regular people, you know, like refined stand-up comedians like us, you know, people that are just patrons of the craft.
Yeah, absolutely.
We look down on stuff like that.
Yeah, it's fun, dude.
But for regular people that are doing their computer jobs all day, they want to go to something mindless and stupid. Yeah. Which I think it's actually just like, I mean, they have musical element, and I think there's it's like a sketch musical show.
Variety show.
It's a variety show, yeah. Kind of like it's kind of like a minstrel vaudeville type show.
Yeah, which those are fun.
Yeah, very racist, but...
Yeah. Well, you know, that's vaudeville. Everything's in black and white.
It must have been wild to be back in the day and be like a traveling sideshow type.
Oh, yeah, like a midget clown or something?
Yeah, and sometimes those guys, like, or the guys that were like two guys conjoined, and they were just in a big shirt.
Yeah.
And a lot of those guys, they would go to some place and they would like get found out, but then they just go to the next one and do the act again. Yeah. So even if you got someone revealed like this is just two guys in a big giant shirt. Yeah. They just go to the next town and wouldn't travel.
Put on the shirt. Yeah. No, word couldn't travel. Yeah, you're right. Even if someone was going to that town, they'd probably get like scurvy on the way and die.
Yeah. And there's just with phones. Nick V brought up to me once that like, the problem with phones is our attention spans are so bad now. And like, I think he was saying something about Good Evening News. Like, do you think like before phones, if this was a thing, like people would be like, oh, this is the best thing ever.
Maybe because there'd be like a lore around it. It'd be mysterious. You wouldn't be able to have access to it immediately and be over it.
Yeah. I wonder what happens next with phones. Where does this go? What's next for phones?
I think probably just AI integration, right? Yeah. Where it like, you know, starts slowly taking over more and more aspects of your life, like turning on your car for you, or
I can already do that. I can already do remote start.
But it'll just do it automatically. Like you won't even have to like press a button.
Oh, you don't even have to think about it.
It'll just know that you're going outside and it'll start up your car, and then, you know, then it's driving your car, then it's taking your girlfriend out to dinner, your phone and your girlfriend, you know?
Yeah, but I'm so busy.
Yeah. Obviously we got to pay for the phone. You know, I got to be a billionaire. Yeah. You know, I'm trying to get money.
I do think, and I think it will not be what we expect it to be like. Like a lot of people have a scary idea of what AI or like robots taking over and stuff is. I did see one of those little Boston Dynamic dogs, you know, those ones with the 4 legs.
Yeah. You saw one in real life?
I saw one because for South by Southwest, they're just got a bunch of shit going on here. And I was riding a bird scooter, a Lime. Yeah. And
thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. And it was on like a bike path, and then there were a bunch of people around, and there was one. It was wearing a hat.
Really?
Yeah, I was walking around and wearing like a Santa hat.
No shit. That makes it adorable.
Yeah, it makes it cute. At least if the Boston Dynamic dog is gonna kill me, at least give it like a funny,
Funny
googly
hat.
eyes.
Yeah, mustache. Yeah.
Mustache,
Big
googly
nose,
eyes,
yeah,
big
I
nose.
was like, Dad, is that you?
Yeah, give my dad's face.
Yeah.
But
Did you see the robot that tried to attack a lady?
no.
Oh, I think it was in China, maybe.
Oh, I heard about it.
Yeah.
It freaked out.
It got weird and like aggressive and like kind of lunged, and like the guy had to like grab it and like pull it away or something.
Was it like a big robot?
It was about the size of a person. They already have them walking around with arms and legs and shit.
But why would the fear is like, I guess, singularity and robots being wanting to kill us.
Aware
And
being able to decide what to do with us.
And I don't know if that is that possible? Is it possible to create consciousness? Does technology get to the point where we evolve technology to the point where we create a life form?
Just out of thin air, basically?
Well,
you program a life form?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But we clearly the human race has clearly focused on technology as our thing to focus on.
Yeah, which I don't even think we're like the best at.
Well, we can get better.
I think China's the best, but they're like the best at everything.
Yeah, it's funny. China wasn't even in the 70s. It was dirt poor in like the 1900s up until like the 80s or something. Mm-hmm. And then they're so rich now.
Yeah, now they're
but there's probably a lot of poverty in China too.
Yeah, I mean, someone has to pay. You know. You can't if your country's very wealthy. I feel like there has to be like something bad happening too.
Yeah, I mean the wealth disparity in our country is pretty bad, but not as bad as like India.
No, India's pretty bad.
India's pretty bad.
Which they have a lot of conjoined people.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because they have like toxic sludge in the street.
Yeah, the sky is oil.
Yeah, the sky is liquid oil.
The sky is just viscous.
That's because they don't care about pollution.
They have viscous clouds. It's pretty crazy.
But I am playing around with having someone outsourcing making clips for the podcast because I don't want to do it, and I've been it's just so much time. And then I use an AI service, and they don't really do well.
No. And I'll tell you what, the way it encodes the files.
Is that okay.
Yeah, but were we talking about this the other day? We were. Yeah. Okay, you were the one. Okay.
So, in what way does it encode? What do you mean?
I can't explain it, but I think it is right.
If you upload the AI generated clip,
the file information.
So you have to create it yourself.
I think it's better to do it yourself.
Yeah, but is it bad to do like auto captions?
I don't think it's
Is that
bad
encoding?
No.
Where does the encoding let Instagram know you've made this with an AI software?
See, I don't know. You're going to have Josh Francis on. He'll tell you all about it.
I mean, I've thought that before, like somehow Instagram knows. But I Googled it this morning, like, does Instagram know I used an AI service to make these clips? And it says no.
Really?
That's what Google said.
Then I don't know. But it does feel that way, though.
Yeah, they don't do good.
You know? Yeah, you just sort of feel when like the algorithm doesn't like you. It sucks.
Yeah, and the algorithm really doesn't like me most of the time.
It doesn't like me either. You know?
And it's very difficult. What do I got to do?
I don't know, dude. You have to be hot, I think. You have to be hot.
You got to be sexy. Being a sexy girl helps a lot.
Because that's all anyone really looks at.
But I'm really trying to get away from having any girls in my algorithm because it makes me mad immediately. Because most of them are OnlyFans girls. And I was like, I didn't come here to see this.
I know.
I don't want to see this right now.
I know. It sucks, dude. And you know what? Once it knows that, here's the trouble. Once it knows that you like that, it'll interject it into everything that you try to look
And here's
at.
the problem. And then when I am like, okay, well, I'm kind of horny. I do want to see it right now. And then when I go to my explore page, no sexy girls.
Really?
It only shows them to me when I don't want to see them.
See, I don't like that. It knows too much.
It somehow can tell when I want to.
I think it can tell.
I don't know how.
I think it can read your eyeballs.
Yeah,
your
my
pupils.
phone must be able to read my eyeballs.
Probably. Right?
How do you feel about those phones, like the light phone, where it's just like it's a dumb phone? Have you seen these phones? They're dumb phones.
They're just dumb phones.
And they can call and text.
Uh-huh.
But they can't really get a bunch of apps, and they're mainly for calling and texting.
I like that.
But they're still shaped like an iPhone. It's like you could just get a flip phone.
So you don't have to be shamed in public.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. If I saw someone with that in public, I would kind of respect them. I think that's cool.
That is cool. I like that.
I need access to my stuff.
Yeah.
I need mine for work.
Yeah.
It seems like we've gone so far, like you can't afford to be I have a dumb phone.
Not really. No.
Like if my job depends on having access to apps and stuff.
Yeah, you have to.
And if it's like I couldn't figure it out.
No, you'd have to find a job that isn't phone reliable.
I don't know what job that is these days.
Probably
Because most jobs,
alligator wrestling, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, well then you have to like live by a swamp.
You do have to live near a swamp where the alligators are. Yeah.
Alligators live by swamps. Swamps are kind of very humid.
A lot of mosquitoes.
A lot of mosquitoes. You can't drink swamp water.
No, I don't think so. I never tried.
Physically, you can drink swamp water.
Yeah.
But it's gonna make you sick.
Yeah, maybe at first. But
maybe if you microdose swamp water.
Yeah, microdose. That's always the way to do it.
You might get you'll build up your immune system.
Yeah.
I do think do you feel like you have a good immune system?
Yeah, it's pretty good, I think.
I think mine's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't get sick a lot.
I get sick once or twice a year. And
Yeah.
it's usually like a cold.
I've been sick a lot out here just because of like the allergies and shit.
Yeah.
And the cedar
Do you
fever.
have allergies?
Yeah.
Oh, cedar fever.
Cedar fever
Sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
Sounds like a scary horror movie.
Yeah, well, it's I'm just very attracted to cedar, so I get the cedar fever.
We could make a movie about. They need to make a open mic comedy movie where there's a murdering open micer.
An open mic murderer?
Yeah, and he kills other comedians.
That'd be great.
I think that'd be a funny movie. I don't know if that would be a popular movie or not.
That'd be fun, How would he murder them? Would he murder them in like a similar way each time, or would
Yeah, probably with a microphone.
strangled with a microphone?
Did you see Smile too?
Microphone up the ass? No, I saw the
microphone through the eye.
I saw the
Smile 1.
No, I saw Smile 1, but I saw not the preview, but the thing last night for it. I was watching White Lotus, and
Is there a new season out?
yeah, it's really good.
Is it good?
It's really good.
I didn't watch season 2.
Dude, oh man, well you got to watch season 2 because there's references and characters.
I gotta watch season 2. I like season 1.
Dude, season 2 and 3 are way better for sure.
You know what's crazy? I'm really good about watching one season of a show,
And then that's it.
and then I have no interest in. Like I watched Severance season 1, loved it, and now I'm trying to continue season 2.
You're not into it?
I am. I just lose interest. I also watch something. I have a TV in my bedroom,
Yeah.
and I usually watch something before I always fall asleep.
Pass out.
And an hour show is very hard for me to. I need to watch it like during the day.
Yeah, when you're not gonna just after dinner you're full, you're laying
Yeah.
down, you're like
Yeah.
it's time to just
Big stomach full of spaghetti.
It's time to go to sleep and cry.
Yeah, do you cry in your sleep?
I don't know. I wake up, my eyes are wet all the time.
Pain in my stomach. It's
Yeah.
gonna pass, I think. It's passing.
It's all that coffee. It's all that black coffee.
That's my second French press of the day.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I woke up at 10:30.
Jesus Christ.
Do you think that's a lot?
That's a lot, yeah.
I drink a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I probably drink too much.
Do you have a high caffeine tolerance?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I can drink 300 milligrams and just barely feel it.
Jesus.
I mean, it just kind of brings me back to baseline.
You ever tried not drinking for a while? And then...
No. I don't want a headache.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad.
It's gonna be a really bad headache.
You can't get off the coffee now.
What I need to do, if I were to get off coffee, I need to become wildly successful so I can afford to take a week off of everything.
So you could afford to go into like a medically induced coma?
I don't even know. I think it would be fine, but I would feel really bad for. I mean, I don't know how bad I would feel, but I certainly wouldn't feel good
Yeah.
if
No,
I got
you
off
wouldn't.
coffee.
No, I wouldn't either.
I would be very irritable. I would probably be emotional.
Yeah.
But some guy went on Rogan talking about how he went off coffee for. He went off coffee completely and got off it, and he thought he was just boring, and his life was boring.
His life was boring.
Yeah,
Oh, he's just a boring guy then.
Coffee makes my life good in every single way.
Gives me something to look forward to.
I love morning coffee. It's not. I mean, the negatives are, I guess, sometimes drink a little bit too much caffeine, or like it'll do the opposite of what I want, which is make me a little bit tired.
Yeah.
But then I think those are things unrelated to coffee. I think those are things in my life for. I haven't been exercising enough.
Yeah.
If I'm exercising a bunch and going to the sauna, I find the negative parts of caffeine really don't happen very much.
Nice, because you're detoxing and stuff all the time. You're using your body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm squirting out all those toxins.
Yeah, dude. I'm getting huge forearms.
And I think I don't get any negative effects from it.
That's good.
I mean, I need to take naps here and there.
Yeah, see, that shit'll keep me up, dude, and I'll have trouble falling asleep, and that's the worst.
I can drink coffee at 10 p.m., go to bed by 1 or 2.
Fuck, man.
But you're older.
That I don't think that has anything to do with it. That's just how you handle caffeine. You're lucky then. You have a high tolerance.
Yeah.
It doesn't affect you.
I drink coffee every single day.
Yeah. I mean, me too. But
I can't tell you a day I didn't drink coffee last.
Oh, me too. I've had coffee now for probably 15 years straight every day.
But I do days where I like drink coffee in the morning and I don't have coffee for a minute till the afternoon. I'm usually okay.
Yeah.
I usually find I do get a caffeine headache if I don't drink coffee first thing. Like if I sleep until 11 or 12,
Yeah.
sometimes a caffeine headache will happen.
For sure.
But not every time.
And you're not like do you just drink black coffee?
I drink black coffee with cream in it.
Okay. I like a little oat milk in mine. And I'll get it because oftentimes I have to go to the airport for work.
Yep.
There's a Starbucks there.
Yeah.
And that Starbucks is a fucking mess.
Why?
It's just crowded and
Yeah.
just, they're always hiring new people because it sucks to work at and they don't know what they're doing. So it's
Yeah.
always just chaos back there. And they always get the ratio completely wrong.
Yeah.
It's very rare that they get it right.
Yeah.
So it sucks that I look forward to the coffee, but I know it's going to be wrong. And I just have to kind of live with it.
Yep.
So that kind of sucks because I do like making coffee at home because I can make it just the way I want it.
Working at the airport seems stressful. It
It
doesn't
is
seem like a real
stressful place.
It doesn't seem like a real place to work.
You shouldn't work there. It's a bus station, basically.
Yeah, I mean, flying, and now airplanes are crashing,
Airplanes are crashing all the
which
time.
is making flight exciting again.
It is exciting. Everyone's angry and nervous now.
Yeah, I got to fly on Thursday,
That's right.
so that could be
What are you flying though?
in an airplane.
What kind of airplane?
I think one with the wings.
What company?
The one that blue and orange.
Blue and orange. The Florida Gators.
Yeah, it's Florida Gator Airlines.
Nice. Cool. Yeah.
Brought to you by Tom Petty.
Well, I was gonna say, Spirit Airlines. They're not the ones crashing.
No, it's like Delta.
Delta.
Is it Delta? Wait, was Delta or United?
A lot of both. A lot of Delta and United planes have been going down.
I'm flying Southwest. Southwest has been fine.
Haven't seen the Southwest crash. So.
Which you would expect us. It would make sense for it to be a Spirit or a Frontier or a Southwest.
You would think.
And you would try to sue, and then be like, "We're Southwest."
Sue. Yeah, we're suing you actually.
Yeah, the audacity.
Yeah.
You chose a cheap flight.
Remember when we let you fly the plane for a little bit?
Yeah.
Because you paid extra?
Yeah.
Well, we're suing you now. You killed everybody. Yeah.
So you would expect Spirit to crash.
Mm-hmm.
Frontier. And Frontier is funny because it's just Spirit also.
Yeah, why is it a different...
Why is Spirit the Nickelback of jokes?
I don't know. It's just...
How come
someone has to be.
Frontier is just as cheap.
It is Nickelback. You're right.
People, it's the butt of a joke.
Nickelback Airlines.
Anytime you hear a comic having a joke about Spirit, I can't help but roll my eyes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, another Spirit joke.
Well, see, now's the time to start making Spirit jokes about how fucking good they are.
Yeah.
You know?
I've never heard of a Spirit plane crashing.
Nope.
Hey, it might be cheap, but they do crash. It's kind of like the Honda of the sky.
Also, it's great because you're paying less and you're not dying.
Yeah.
Spirit actually is the way to go.
Yeah, you're paying more at Delta.
Well, Delta, you're paying out the ass and then you end up upside down at some point, and that sucks.
That was kind of just a cool trick the pilot did.
That was pretty sick.
So we're going to crash, we're going to flip it.
Everybody got 30 grand.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. I would have sued for more.
So did they get 30 grand immediately, or do they have to wait on that money?
I'm sure they have to wait a little bit, you know?
But I sued Carvana back in Atlanta, and it took
Really?
forever to get that money.
Why'd you sue Carvana? Rape?
Because they sold me a horse.
Yeah, you got a horse?
Listen, I thought I bought a Mustang. They sold me an actual Mustang horse.
Oh, dang. That sounds like a fine print thing that you didn't read, though.
Why I sued Carvana was I made a lot of bad financial decisions in my life.
Sure.
I recognize that. I take responsibility because I have to, because my credit score is very bad now because of it.
Yeah.
But that's
that's
you reap the seeds you sow yourself.
And the show must go on.
The show must go on. And what are they going to do? My credit score is bad. They can't take my arms and legs away. They can't, not yet.
I hope not.
Well, it is funny because one thing Trump did, I guess, is remove the Consumer Protection Bureau or something, whatever that is. That would be funny if like all these cuts go so far as like it really does fuck a lot of consumers.
Yeah.
Like there's like more fees and stuff. Then I will not be happy.
Yeah.
But I sued Carvana because I bought a 2009 Ford Mustang, and when I bought it, I got gap coverage, which gap coverage is like if you crash the car, the car gets totaled and the value of the car is deemed less than how much you financed it for. So say like the value is $20,000, but you financed for $28,000.
Yeah.
Like the financing at the end, yeah, that's like your finance fee is $8,000. The insurance will pay out the $20,000, and then gap coverage pays out the rest of the $8,000.
Okay.
So I crashed the car. I totaled it
Immediately, right off the lot.
No, it was like 3 months. I crashed it. I crashed it straight into a wall.
No, damn.
And it was like I had 500 horsepower. It was a very fast Mustang.
Yeah.
My fault. I was driving stupid.
Yeah.
But so I crashed it.
You're driving towards a wall.
Yeah. Well, it had a big hole. It had a big road painted on it.
Of course. You know what? Classic.
Yeah. They Looney Tunes me.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were supposed to pay it out, but like they paid out 17 grand. I was going to be on the hook for a lot of money for it. And like, I called them and the guy on the phone, I was like, yeah, I paid for gap coverage. But the guy was like, sorry, you just got a bad deal. Like, what does this mean?
What does that mean?
Exactly. I didn't know. And they weren't going to do it. So I got a lawyer and then we sued Carvana and I got $4,500 because they were going to, we sued for, I forget what we sued for, but my lawyer got paid and then I got paid. And then they also paid off the car fully.
Okay.
So that worked out.
Okay. Not bad.
So I sued Carvana. So I had a lot of suings in the past 2 years.
Really? Are you a suer?
Well, no. I mean, because when duty calls.
Yeah. Yeah.
The car thing. I had another thing. And then I got in a car accident.
A lot of cars.
And I had to go to the chiropractor 15 times.
You should stay away from cars, I think.
No, it's good. I've come out on top every single time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you might be really good at cars.
I got rear-ended and I called an injury lawyer, so I got money for that because my back hurt a lot. And sued. And then there was one other thing where I got money.
You're really good at this. Might be you should do this as a job.
No, people don't like those kinds of people.
Yeah, but
that they sue and they make.
Well, they're just jealous, you know.
They're jealous that you got $3 grand.
Yeah, you know, they wish they could sue as good as you.
I think there's one other thing. I'm trying to think. There's
so many lawsuits you can't differentiate.
No, there's Carvana. I don't remember. There was like another one. I swear there was another one where I got paid. Maybe it was just 2.
Okay.
But I had like 2. I had two suings in a very short amount of time.
See, I've never sued. Now, what would your advice be to someone who's looking to get into suing people?
If you get rear-ended, call an injury lawyer.
Call an injury lawyer.
Because your back will hurt.
My back will hurt.
Yep.
Should I... Now, if I get rear-ended, let's say, all right,
yeah.
Should I start saying my back hurts immediately?
You don't have to.
You don't have to?
No.
Okay. So I don't have to roll out and be like, ah.
My back didn't hurt until the next day.
Okay.
Because, you have a lot of adrenaline pumping through your body when you're in an accident.
Yeah.
And then the next day, like, oh, my back hurts. I really need to, what should I do? And that's what a car crash lawyer is for.
Yeah.
To work for you, get you your money.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, you just call an injury lawyer and
he takes a hammer to your back.
No. He comes.
He doesn't hurt your back.
No, he doesn't.
Okay,
He comes. He's like, wow, you really are hurt. Actually, the injury lawyer, the person they send out from the injury lawyer firm, they're not really too concerned about if you're hurt or not. They're just more concerned about sign these papers.
Yeah.
Because what happens is they take 33%. So they get $5 grand. The chiropractic place, the auto injury clinic, they get $5 grand and you get $5 grand.
That's a nice deal for everybody.
Everyone gets $5 grand.
That's really nice.
Except for the person that hit you. Their insurance is fucked.
Yeah, they're fucked.
But hey, don't hit someone with your car.
And then now they got to go sue somebody.
Yeah, and then that's the cycle of suing.
Mm-hmm.
So
the sue.
But yeah, my advice to anybody out there is if you're ever in a car accident and someone rear ends you, call an injury lawyer because your back will hurt and then you'll get paid. You'll get a check.
I'm about to fucking get rear-ended as soon as I leave here.
You start baiting people?
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's why I have a dash cam in my truck in case. Some people do.
Oh, yeah.
Some people do, like, they hit the brakes so you rear end them, and it's impossible to prove they didn't do a scam.
I know.
So that's why I have a dash cam in my truck, because I am kind of begging the universe to have someone try that on me. So they do the scam. I hit them, and then I'm like, oh, my back hurts because you did this to
Because
me. And then I have proof.
Yeah.
Because if you rear end someone and you don't have proof, that usually you're at fault no matter what.
Yeah, it is always like that. Yeah.
Rear ending someone, you're kind of fucked. But if you have a dash cam, is where it would protect you. Because then that person, I feel like you could sue them for more because they try to do a scam on you.
That'd be great if like you took the dash cam footage and gave it to like a professional editor.
You put clips on it.
There's CGI in it, you know what I mean? There's like explosions and like a dragon and shit, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I'm gonna send it to a clipper.
Yeah, it's the dash cam footage is an hour and a half long. It's a feature length film. There's credits at the end.
Yeah. I need to pee really bad. Wow, we're at an hour.
We're at an hour? Nice, dude. Look at that. Your bladder knows.
My bladder knows I need to pee. Is there anything you want to leave the folks at home with?
Hey.
Besides a bad taste in their mouth.
Besides a bad taste, yeah. Hey, if there's a zoo in your local city, go to the Italian exhibit and sport.
Yeah.
Sport those Italians in the cages over there, all right? Enclosures, sorry. You're not supposed to call them cages. And their families. Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. I have to pee so bad. My bladder is absolutely full to the brim. Thank you for listening once again. Taylor Neely Show here every week, live, in person, on the internet, on YouTube. Not live, but I love you so much.
Bye.